Check up on your mental health. Take an online mental health screening at mentalhealthmn.org. Mental Health Minnesota has online mental health screenings, resources, support, and connections to treatment and crisis services. All anonymous, confidential, free of charge, and open 7 days a week. Mental Health Minnesota is here for you. mentalhealthmn.org. Sponsored by Mental Health Minnesota, the Minnesota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Hi, I'm Rachel Shamblatt. My dad is Dr. Scott Shamblatt from Shamblatt Family Dentistry. A lot of people are afraid of the dentist, but you don't have to be. My dad makes going to the dentist comfortable and even fun. He won't be mad if you haven't seen a dentist in a long time. He just wants to take care of you and your teeth. If you don't see my dad, please see another dentist. Take care of your teeth because they're the only ones you get.
Shamblatt Family Dentistry in Hopkins and St. Paul. Find them online at shamblattfamilydentistry.com or call 1-800-FIX-MY-TEETH.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? Do you really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. So avoid gimmicks and call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-3067 or arrayinsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
And Doug. With Liberty Mutual, you can customize and save hundreds on your car insurance. But what to buy with those savings? Yep, I bought a sound effects machine.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in 4 directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy. But with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with a low around 31, Thursday sunny with a high near 53, and Friday sunny with a high around 47. Crooner Supper Club invites you to check out the stylish Maggie's Lounge before or after your show. With a welcoming atmosphere, it's the perfect place to catch up with friends before or after a show. Open Wednesdays through Saturdays beginning at 4:30. Stop by for cocktails and light bites. More at croonersloungemn.com.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut, hit me cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake. Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in 4 directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local and national Native news and events, and as you know, Haley, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues.
You are right, Zeka. This portion of the show is supported by Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon.
Hey, before we get deep into the show here and talk about what's happening, want to give Wendy, my better half, a shout out here. It's her birthday, and we just want to applaud her and for putting up with me and all these years. And she looks great, and I love her dearly.
Yes, happy birthday, Wendy.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, we got Arvina Martin on today, Executive Director of Merge Wisconsin, along with a check-in from Roya White Eagle about what's happening around the Twin Cities, and maybe checking in on the play that she's in that we've witnessed ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. So Roya is also a cast member of A Christmas in Ochapi, which is playing now at the Red Eye Theater for New Native Theater. Bob Blake, we usually have on with us on every Wednesday. Bob Blake from Red Lake Solar Bear with the solar news. But Bob unfortunately cannot make it today. But he wanted me to let everyone know that he will be back with us next Wednesday. But before we get Arvina on, our Ho-Chunk sister from Wisconsin, we can quickly run through. I have some updates here from Native Organizers Alliance on the Dakota Access Pipeline. So we know that this pipeline did end up going through and it is now leaking. So the Dakota Access Pipeline is a dangerous violation of the sovereignty of the Oseti-Sekoan and the Standing Rock Sioux. 3 years after a federal judge revoked the permit allowing for the pipeline to cross the Missouri River and ordered an environmental review, the oil still flows as it has since the pipeline began operating in 2017. And now with the release of new and deeply flawed draft environmental impact statement, which was written by a member of the American Petroleum Institute in a clear conflict of interest, the Army Corps of Engineers has finally opened a process for public comment. So they need to hear our demand to shut down the Dakota Access Pipeline. So every day, this pipeline is in operation risks of toxic oil spill,
One of the
poisoning the
biggest,
Missouri River.
biggest aquifer in that area is just a humongous one, and there's water that feeds many states in that area. And this Native Roots Radio is a precursor to, or an answer to the Dakota Access Pipeline, DAPL, and the Oshete camp, and we were out there many times, and it's sad to hear this again. Trump signed this the second day to let things happen, as Obama took his sweet time to block this action, making this pipeline, and was very sad and sickening. And again, Trump the second day signed it into law to start digging again and put oil, that nasty peanut butter oil, and we don't know what the lubricant is made out of. So when it leaks, it's not just that thick peanut butter oil, but it's these other toxic chemicals that are going through the pipeline. Haley, it's just it is sickening, but it's good to hear an update.
Yeah. So like you said, Robert, too, it's not only affecting the communities around this, not only the Standing Rock Sioux, but also the millions of the water that river reaches downstream. So
Yeah.
if make sure your voice is heard on this and make sure you speak out against it. Go visit Native Organizers Alliance either on Facebook or Instagram. And there is a link in their bio where you can add your name and add your comment. So please go do that.
Yeah, definitely. We got some speaking of water and water protecting, we got a panel coming up here that we'd like to tell our listening audience about.
Yes. So this is a water rights, local justice, advocacy, art, and native perspective panel discussion at All My Relations Arts. This will be happening this Thursday, December 7th at All My Relations Arts with NACD. This discussion will be on water rights, activism, and advocacy through Native perspectives with members from Wakan Tipi and what was formerly Friends with the Falls, I believe is now Owamni Omni Koyadapi.
Our friend, Shelley Buck and Maggie Lorenz will be on that panel.
Yes. So again, this is Thursday, December 7th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. It is free and open to the public at All My Relations Arts, 1414 East Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis. And the moderated by Water Protector will be Tara Widner with panelists Shelley Buck, Gabby Minoman, and Maggie Lorenz.
Yeah, well, let's give them the applause too. I love using this button.
And snacks and light refreshments will be provided.
Well, just a second here, Haley. Keep talking because I gotta hit the sneeze button.
Yeah. Well, if you are also in Minneapolis tomorrow and you're looking for something to do before going to this water panel, please take advantage of the opportunities and the resources that NAC has available, Native American Community Clinic. Monthly, they do cedar ceremonies, and one will be taking place tomorrow, Thursday, December 7th at 5 p.m.
Wow, that's cool. Check in with those guys. That group is a doer, and our friend, all of them are our friends, but Alex Buffalo Head is our good friend who shares this information with us. So it's really exciting.
Yes. Shout out Al. She always gives really great updates. And Al is also a part of a band with her mom. It's a Native band. They're called Blue Dog. And they do a lot of really great fun covers, and they're all over where you get your music. So check them out.
Yeah. Well, don't forget her dad. Her dad's in the band too.
Yes. Her whole family. They're very talented.
Right. Exactly. And it's really funny too, because Alex is pretty mellow in person, and then she's out there doing the band thing and singing rock and roll and doing that dual personality thing.
Yes, which we love.
Definitely. Well, we're really excited to have Arvina on, and I see her there. We should probably just pop her on and say hello, and then preempt. We got a minute left. Let's add Arvina on. Welcome, Arvina. Good to see you. I love the bang.
Hi. Oh yeah. I got my haircut since I last been on, sort of. I think. I think it's been since then. It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely. We're great to see you, and got a lot to talk about here. We only got a minute left in this segment, but politically things are happening, and our friends in Wisconsin, things are happening. I saw you got a selfie with Dallas Goldtooth too. You can tell us about what happened that night.
That was fun. Yay. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, cool. Hey, so Arvina, how are things with your executive director of Emerge Wisconsin? How are things going with your organization?
Going pretty well. We are still accepting applications. We know that there's a lot of people out there who are thinking about who may be thinking about running, but are not sure with all the lawsuits and everything before the Supreme Court in Wisconsin. So we're keeping it open. Our application's open because we know that the situation is kind of evolving day by day, and we won't know until it's time, until they decide what to happen.
Let's talk more about that in the next segment. Yeah. Really appreciate it. We have Arvina Martin, Executive Director of Emerge Wisconsin, and of course it's the Ho Chunk Show right now, so we're going to be excited, and we'll be right back after this short break.
Stay with us.
I heard sex trafficking happens a lot in Indian country. What is that?
Here are some of the real reasons why sex trafficking happens in Indian country. Unequal gender roles that were forced on us by colonization. Communities don't have enough resources. Silence around domestic and sexual violence. Lack of attention and justice for missing and murdered Indigenous people. There's a lot of behavior that keeps our communities out of balance. These are just a few true reasons why Native communities are targeted by traffickers. When these acts of violence happen in our communities, it opens us all up for exploitation.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Did you know there are easy ways to support your child's brain development during their critical early years from age 0 to 3? Little Moments Count is a website which provides tools to help parents engage in simple, everyday activities like talking, playing, reading, and singing with their children. Visit littlemomentscount.org for resources and support in giving your child a strong foundation for a lifetime of learning. That's littlemomentscount.org. littlemomentscount.org.
Hi, I'm Claudia with MinSure, Minnesota's official health insurance marketplace. With MinSure, you can compare health plans from multiple companies and get free help from a trusted expert. Whatever health plan you choose with MinSure, it's guaranteed to cover essential benefits, so you can get the care you need. See if you qualify for discounts, available only through MinSure. If you need quality, comprehensive health insurance, get started now at minsure.org.
Unveil the captivating world of native photography at the Minneapolis Institute of Art. Their new exhibit, In Our Hands, Native Photography 1890 to Now, turns the camera around and puts native photographers in control, featuring hundreds of photographs captured by generations of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and Native Americans. You'll view the world through their lens, revealing the beauty and complexity of Indigenous heritage. Don't miss this incredible experience. Visit In Our Hands at the Minneapolis Institute of Art now through January 14th. For more info, visit artsmia.org.
Hi, this is Representative Sharice Davids from Kansas. I'm Ho Chunk, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
Then we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Hey, we're here with our good friend and sister here, Arvina Martin, director of Emerge Wisconsin, and all around cool Ho Chunk. It's always good. We love your energy, and people feel your energy over the airwaves.
Yay!
It's awesome to have you on and talk about things. I want to go a little down that tunnel or well or whatever, and what's going on. Any updates on the Republicans and their lawsuits? Oh my gosh, could you talk about that?
Well, I don't have any updates about the lawsuits about the gerrymandering case. However, we do have an update on another lawsuit involving Republicans. The 10 fake electors today decided to settle their civil suit, and they had to agree. Like, they had to write something to the Wisconsin state government that said that Joe Biden won that election. And this is
oh my god.
They are not allowed to be electors in 2024 nor any other ballot that Trump is on. I think they're getting off pretty easy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm wondering kind of how this admission, I guess, is going to potentially play into future, does this become more fodder for Trump's lawsuits? Electors saying, no, we knew he didn't win, Biden won. I mean, I am not a legal person, so I have no idea. Maybe I'm off base.
No, I think you're right on base, and it's adding on to more of these 90 plus things against Trump can just not be any better. We see. I don't know if you saw this, but McCarthy's not running for re-election, and he was one of the Republican golden boys in 2006. That the Dream Team that got elected way back when, and he's taking his toys and going home now after the MAGAs kicked him out.
Yeah, well, him and I can't remember the other guy's name, the guy who was the temporary speaker. He's not running for re-election either. I mean, we'll see what happens with Mike Johnson. Maybe by the end of the the month, maybe he won't even be running for re-election. Who knows?
The sad thing about Johnson is he's originally from Minnesota. Did you know that? Oh, we're not gonna bring that up again.
My head doesn't really work for radio. Sorry about that.
Bring that up again, but shoot, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say it's too bad he didn't stick around long enough to kind of develop that nice Midwest, sensibility.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, how's our friend Protasewicz doing? Is she's still being sued?
I believe she's still being sued. I can't remember at this point, because can I actually tell? So she's doing great. Can I tell you about another lawsuit with Republicans in Wisconsin? This one with tribes.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have heard about it, but Governor Evers is suing, I believe, the legislature because the Joint Finance Committee did not approve to return funds from gaming back to Bad River and was Lac du Flambeau, I believe. And
Yeah.
so they're both missing the money that they are owed under their compacts. And then I believe yesterday the poo hit the fan when some state senators and representatives started talking in the press about the tribal leaders, saying that they didn't do what they were supposed to do, and the tribal leaders saying, here's the letter that we sent that was us doing something, and no response. And it's yikes, a lot of mud is starting to fly.
Yeah, and I know those two tribes, the other tribes talked about not collecting their money in protest of this. It's a big deal in Indian country being talked about, especially with the native governments in Wisconsin.
Yeah, and for Lac de Flambeau having to barricade the streets or roads because they weren't paying for their fair share of it. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we're surprised when it happened. All
Definitely.
shocked Pikachu is the meme where it's just like, yeah, that's like, you could have probably guessed this is the reaction was going to be.
Yeah, well, that there is some anger going on for sure, and
Absolutely.
I
And
don't
a lot
know.
of entitlement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and thank goodness for Governor Evers. I mean, suing those guys for withholding money to the tribes in their compact. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and this is I wish I had more information on this. This is kind of a developing story. But it's nice to see that Governor Evers has the tribe's backs on this. You know, it's hard to go against the Joint Finance Committee, and it's great to have an ally like Governor Evers to go to bat for you.
This is a little off subject, but how, the next election for Governor Evers, isn't he going to be around 74 years old? Is he going to be running again, do you think? Or are we
Oh
looking
goodness.
for a new governor to take his place? Because Wisconsin was very trippy. Our senator going up against Ron Johnson lost, but yet Evers won. So it was like
Mhm.
confusing for this out-of-stater.
Yeah, no, it's Wisconsin is very, very purple, and I think we always have been a pretty purple state. Gerrymandering makes it look like we're a lot more conservative than we are, but people that know how to look at those maps and population densities and everything understand that it does, we do kind of tip blue, but that's not always the case. It varies. As far as Governor Evers, he's barely finishing year one on his second term. So I think he's I don't know if he's thinking about it yet. Maybe he is, but I have not heard any rumblings. Everybody here is pretty much focused on reelecting Tammy Baldwin and President Biden.
Yeah, that's less than a year now, Arvina. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, you could even think, I don't know how it is in Minnesota, but in Wisconsin, we have our spring elections every year. And those are for local municipal seats like city councils, county boards, excuse me, and school boards. And so we have to, even before we think about the presidential election, we need to think about these small town school boards and areas where, we don't have a lot of representation, particularly for natives. So, any Wonkshik folks out there, and you should think about running for school board. You've been through school, you have experience, we need native voices out there.
Especially in our areas, especially like Black River Falls, where we have 25% of the kids are native or Ho-Chunk for that matter, and
Yeah.
we need some representation. And to my understanding, there is no representation.
Well, and I remember helping Nehoma Thundercloud run for a school board, and she served for 2 terms, and that was the first time that I got to use my Emerge training to help out someone that wasn't affiliated with the program. So I felt really excited about going over and having nachos with her at Cinco's, having nachos and putting together a campaign plan. So, it's not unprecedented. There have been Native people on the school board there, but we need more, and we need more than one. It doesn't have to just be one.
You know what I like, Arvina, and if you don't mind bringing this up again and talking about a lot of the people that have gone through Emerge through the country, through the United States, that gone through Emerge, and just the list is really cool, and it's for BIPOC people and our women, and there's a list of people that I was really excited to hear about.
Yeah, if you're looking at nationwide, some of our alums include Secretary Deb Haaland. The story is that the first Emerge alum who is in a class by herself, because Emerge was founded out of efforts of a group of women to get now Vice President Kamala Harris elected to the district attorney's office in San Francisco. So out of the work of those women working to elect our now vice president is how my organization Emerge came to be. And then they started putting their efforts out nationwide. And Congresswoman Lucy McBath. I'm totally blanking on names. There's the first trans person elected to a state legislature and state senate, Senator-elect Danica Rome from Virginia. And I've got so many, but now of course, that you've been asking me to list them, I can't remember them all. Abigail Spanbauer from Virginia is one. I'll keep periodically throwing them out there if you don't mind.
No, not at all. And sorry to sneak up on you with that question, but I just think it's such a great story, especially when we hear Deb Haaland and as a single mother running and getting support from Emerge. And that's what you do, and that's what we need to do.
Yeah, and in Wisconsin, we can't forget our Secretary of State, Sarah Godlewski. She's amazing.
Right on. You're amazing. We're with Arvina Martin, Executive Director of Emerge Wisconsin, and we're going to be right back after this short break.
Stay with us.
Minnesota has the only original wolf population in the continental United States.
And 80% of Minnesotans believe the wolf should be protected.
Howling for Wolves is asking Minnesotans to respect our true wildlife manager, the wolf.
Their survival is critical to our ecosystems, our communities, and even our economy.
As highly intelligent animals with strong social bonds, Minnesota wolves deserve to be protected and admired.
Learn more at howlingforwolves.org. Let's live and let howl.
As we gear up for the holidays, let's keep our friends, relatives, and elders protected from COVID-19. Even though the emergency declaration is over, COVID-19 is still a concern, especially for those with compromised immune systems. So when you get together this holiday season, opt for outdoor gatherings if weather permits or well-ventilated indoor spaces. And here's a tough one. If you're feeling unwell before your gathering, stay home. It may not be much fun, but it goes a long way towards keeping our cherished elders healthy. After your event, keep an eye on your health. Test if you notice symptoms. If you're traveling in crowded places like airports, put on a mask for that extra layer of protection. Let's make this holiday season the healthiest ever, securing a brighter future for our Native community. For more tips, visit health.state.mn.us. That's health.state.mn.us.
This message is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Department of Health.
J&S Bean Factory is a Native-owned, community-supported, cozy, artsy coffee shop which offers roasted on-site beans, live music, and baked goods. Relax in the beautiful outside patio. City Pages writes, voted top 10 coffee shops. Tucked into a quiet corner of St. Paul's Highland Park neighborhood, this coffee shop roasts beans on-site from the best coffee-growing countries in the world. Located at 1518 Randolph Avenue, St. Paul. The good stuff.
End-of-life decisions are not easy to make. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Hospice Care. It's important to make sure that this difficult time is meaningful and comforting to you and your loved ones. Our hospice team provides an individualized program of physical, emotional, spiritual, and practical care so your loved one is comfortable and not in pain. At Mary T. Hospice, we understand that choosing the right hospice care provider can be overwhelming, but we're here to assist you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Tune in every Saturday from 2 to 3 p.m. for a full hour celebrating LGBTQ stories, culture, and entertainment in Minnesota with This Queer Book Saved My Life and The Gaily Show. Can't catch the shows live? Then listen through your favorite podcasting app. Plus, you can watch The Gaily Show anytime on AM 950's YouTube channel or Facebook page. For all the details, visit thisqueerbook.com or am950radio.com. We'll see you Saturdays at 2 p.m. or anytime via podcast, YouTube, or Facebook.
Turn to Auto Technical with your vehicle donation. Even though Auto Technical is a small nonprofit, we have helped more families with transportation than any organization in Minnesota. Since '94, we have reconditioned donated vehicles so they have a higher tax benefit. Call Richard at 612-919-5526, 612-919-5526, or autotech.org.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with a low around 31, Thursday sunny with a high near 53, and Friday sunny with a high around 47. Crooner Supper Club invites you to check out the stylish Maggie's Lounge before or after your show. With a welcoming atmosphere, it's the perfect place to catch up with friends before or after a show. Open Wednesdays through Saturdays beginning at 4:30. Stop by for cocktails and light bites. More at croonersloungemn.com.
You're listening to Native Roots Radio. This is Spirit from Reservation Dogs. Get up and listen.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by J.S. Bean Factory off Randolph Avenue in St. Paul. Only the good stuff keeps us awake.
Yes, I love their coffee. Steve's blend is the best. It's dark. It's tasteful. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Haley and Arvina, and this is more of a test to Haley, because I know in Wisconsin, too, you have this, but it's called something else. What time of year is it now, Haley?
Oh, it's time to register and get your health insurance in check.
Oh, yeah. How do we do that?
Yes. So in Minnesota, we're really lucky to have this resource, MinSure. They help you navigate your health insurance, and they make it a lot easier, and they connect you with local experts to guide you through the process. So check out minsure.org.
Wow. Do they have anything groovy like that in Wisconsin, Arvina?
I don't know. I'm good with my health insurance, so I haven't needed to look. I feel like I should know this. Oh my goodness, you caught me off guard again.
What? Oh no.
Twice in one night. No.
We should have a pre-production meeting so I don't do this. It's not my style.
It's okay. No worries. No worries.
Well, Ho-Chunk, I know a couple Ho-Chunk legislators were at the Capitol this Tuesday, and they were really honoring the code talkers, and we're really excited about what's going on there in Wisconsin. Arvina, did you see that?
I didn't actually see that. I must have been very, very immersed in work and everything. Oh, also kiddos basketball. And also something that I'll mention at the end that's very exciting at the end of the show. But I didn't see about it, but I think it's well deserved. I mean, I think it's such an important part of our American history and our Ho-Chunk history, but also our Wisconsin history. I really think that Wisconsinites should be proud of the efforts of our Ho-Chunk code talkers. They did an incredible thing.
Yeah, it's Senate Bill 633, Ho-Chunk World War II Code Talkers Memorial Highway. An amazing and heartwarming testimony was given today by tribal members of the Ho-Chunk Nation at the Capitol in Madison, Wisconsin, one of my favorite cities in the world.
Yeah.
Their hard work and dedication was inspirational. Section of Interstate I-90 from Minnesota border to Tomo will be designated as Ho-Chunk Code Talkers Memorial Highway.
Yay! Yay! That means I'll get to drive it with a certain amount of frequency.
That's right. When you come and watch concerts here in Minnesota, or
Oh, that too.
you
Yeah, I was thinking
hear
about
how I-
going up to
you hear
Blacker.
how I- did you hear how I said Minnesota? That was not.
Yeah.
That was perfect. What do you mean?
Oh geez. Oh geez. Now I'm
Oh,
really
geez.
going off the deep end. I just got over COVID, Arvina, and
Oh dear.
I'm using COVID brain here right now.
It happens. I had the first time I had COVID in particular, I felt like I was useless for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, hopefully I'm not. Let's swing back now. Did I see you are now officially out of retirement? The
Yes.
roller. And what I forgot. What was your name as a roller person?
Donna Stunner.
Yeah.
I am an unabashed and unironic lover of disco music. I think it's the best. And the queen of disco is obviously Miss Donna Summer. So I had to take my name after her. And yeah, I'll be playing for my first bout since 2018, I think. 2019. This Saturday at the arena at the Coliseum at the Alliant Energy Center. I don't know what we're calling it these days. And now I feel bad about that again, even though I totally planned to talk about this. This time it's but yeah, I've been making my return to the track, being a blocker for the Vaudeville Vixens. Yay!
That's awesome. Vaudeville Vixens. That's great. So how, you as a blocker, you will block somebody that tries to score. Is that how that goes?
I mean, that's the main job in roller derby. When you're a blocker, you're trying to prevent the other team's jammer. She's the one that scores points. You want to stop her, but you also want to be able to get your jammer out of a stuck situation. Sorry. And so sometimes you have to go up and play offense for her. And actually, I think that roller derby is the only team sport where you play offense and defense at the same time. So we don't have defensive no, jammers can be offense or defensive too, if they're trying to block another jammer, which is kind of a little bit longer. But so there's a lot of stuff that's happening on the track, and you want to keep your eye on the opposing team's jammer so you can stop her, but you also want to make sure that you're looking out for somebody trying to play offense on you, all while standing precariously on 8 wheels.
Yeah. Then they have different color helmets, right?
We all wear helmets of our own choosing these days.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm thinking of my childhood when it used to be on TV.
Yeah, when I was on Team Grease, we all had helmets, but that's because the company gave us helmets. So
Well, that's awesome, and that's definitely working your core. Rollerblading. Jeez.
yeah. Well, and then trying to absorb a hit from somebody that wants you on the floor and trying to stay upright. That's some core work too.
Was there ever any breakout like the old Rodney Dangerfield line was? I was at a boxing match and a hockey game broke out. Is there anything like that going on anymore?
No, you will get tossed out of a game so fast for even attempting or trying to get close to attempting to start a fight. So we all want to be on the track to play, and getting kicked out means that somebody's got to set a penalty for you and you can't skate anymore. So we all behave.
That's good. And then how long is each match?
So a bout would be or game is 60 minutes. There's 2 30-minute halves, and each 30-minute half is divided into what we call jams, and that's like the time when the jammer starts and tries to make some points, score some points, and then that ends, and then a new set of skaters come out, and that's another jam. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So when I was young and a little before teenager, we'd go to roller rinks, and I was really good going left to right, but going right to left, I don't think I could do. Do they switch the direction?
No, some people think we should, but I think we tried to play one time in a practice opposite direction. It was really, really hard. And it got to the point where we were like, this is probably not the safest thing we could do. let's go back the other way.
Is the track still kind of like in the old days where it's kind of tilted, where you have a upper and lower and a fence up on top?
No, we play.
Or it's
There
flat now?
are still banked track leagues out there. I don't know how many of them there are after the pandemic, but we play flat track, so it's just the same kind of oval, just laid out on the floor. So it's nice because we can play anywhere.
What's the I guess what's the cost to come see this?
Oh my goodness. I believe our tickets are about $10.
That's awesome.
Let me. I'm like, let me look that up.
We just have like about 3 more minutes here until we got to take a break. Was there something else that you wanted to share towards the end here, Arvina?
Oh, that was my exciting news. Was the return to roller derby. So
Oh,
you guys got me. But if you go look up Madison Roller Derby, I believe it's MadisonRollerDerby.com, and you can find out for tickets. And if you're in Madison, come check us out on Saturday. Yay!
yeah, definitely. Arvina, thank you so much for coming on and really talking to us about what's going on in Wisconsin. As you know, we're on 18 stations in Wisconsin, so it's great to have you on. And also, we got a little time here, and I don't know how our Minnesota fans will like this, but Green Bay's on a roll.
We are. I have been pleasantly surprised. I thought we wouldn't get to this point of being able to play until maybe this time next year. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I'm also kind of like holding my breath because I don't want to breathe the wrong direction and then that be the whole butterfly effect that makes us lose again.
Well, you sound like a Minnesota fan now saying that. You guys have all those titles, and we're like butthurt over here about our only one title in 1969, but that was because it was the AFL and NFL.
Oh.
It's sad. We're very sad here with our sports teams.
Well, thank
Well, the
goodness
Twins have done better than the Brewers. You guys have that, and we don't have a hockey team.
And we have a women's basketball team that won 4 championships or 4 or 5 in a row at one time.
Yeah, and didn't Megan Rapinoe's wife play for them? Sue Bird?
Yes.
She played for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh, there's too many sports now. I need to keep them all.
Yeah, I know. I just stay with baseball myself because I have that peanut brain right now, and I love baseball. And I still think I can go out and play baseball, but I'm 62, and I'll break a hip if I do that. It's too fast for me now.
Oh wow. Well,
a lot about baseball, though.
Yeah, I know enough where I can't play it anymore.
Do you know enough to know the number of days before pitchers and catchers?
Oh, it's in February, but right now is the trading. They're all meeting winter meetings where they're trading and signing players. And
wow,
the Twins have lost 3 of their really good pitchers, and that's what they were known for last year. And sounds like ownership's not going to be paying as much in salary this year. But Milwaukee has some problems with their manager went to the Cubs. That was sad in a way. He's from Milwaukee.
Gosh, that was tragic. I have people. My Facebook feed was all full of people that were just. I mean, apparently he had said he'd never want to go to the Cubs or anything. So that when he did, it was just like come on.
And I didn't realize what good a record he had all these years managing the Brewers. I was like really pleasantly shocked that because I remember him as a ball player.
For the Diamondbacks,
right? Yeah, console, right? Yeah. Well, Arvina, thank you so much for coming on. And
thanks for having me.
We'll send you we'll email you some questions next time so we don't All right, great to see you. Thank you so much.
You too. See you.
That's Arvina, Executive Director of Emerge Wisconsin and part-time host of Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Claudia with MinSure, Minnesota's official health insurance marketplace. With MinSure, you can compare health plans from multiple companies and get free help from a trusted expert. Whatever health plan you choose with MinSure, it's guaranteed to cover essential benefits, so you can get the care you need. See if you qualify for discounts, available only through MinSure. If you need quality, comprehensive health insurance, get started now at minsure.org.
Unveil the captivating world of native photography at the Minneapolis Institute of Art. Their new exhibit, In Our Hands, Native Photography 1890 to Now, turns the camera around and puts native photographers in control, featuring hundreds of photographs captured by generations of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and Native Americans. You'll view the world through their lens, revealing the beauty and complexity of Indigenous heritage. Don't miss this incredible experience. Visit In Our Hands at the Minneapolis Institute of Art now through January 14th. For more info, visit artsmia.org.
As we gear up for the holiday season, let's prioritize the safety of our community, especially our cherished elders and loved ones. As you plan your holiday gatherings, remember, whether you're young or in good health, you could still unknowingly spread COVID-19. The key to a safer celebration is getting vaccinated. The newest vaccines are authorized, effective against current variants, and FDA approved for ages 6 months and up. So here's the call to action. Be a vaccinative. Protect yourself and your loved ones. Getting vaccinated before your holiday gatherings is a powerful way to ensure a safer and happier time for everyone. Let's honor our elders by preserving their wisdom and stories for generations to come. So be a vaccinative this holiday season. Find more information, including clinics with free vaccines, at vaccines.gov.
This message is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Department of Health.
Hi, I'm Jane Fonda, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Howling for Wolves, protecting wolves for future generations.
Hey, you know what time it is again? It's not MinSure time, Haley. It is time for Roya White Eagle, our entertainment correspondent. She's waving, or this is a radio show, Roya. You got to speak. Welcome to Native Roots Radio.
Okay. Hi.
Yeah.
I know we only have a limited amount of time. Hello, Haley and Robert. How are you?
We're doing great. We're doing great. You're the star. I don't want to say too much about how much of a star you are in this this play you're in, because there's people walking around and I don't want them to hear me.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got there's some tech going on and then arriving. So, but I wanted to start by being here on the stage because I promised last week to show you the crocodile in all its glory. Yes, can you?
Yes.
We saw it in the show. Get a
We
close
thought
up.
it was real at first.
Yeah, so Roy is talking about the production for New Native Theater, Christmas in Ochapi, which
Yes.
takes place, it's a family in the Everglades. So there is a fake alligator.
Yeah, I make a suki.
Yeah.
Sort of the main course.
And the-
They don't have turkey and ham at Christmas. I guess it's alligator. So
Well, and then my Hinu, Jaleesa, plays a vegan, and we were really surprised and happy.
well, there's part of her scene is that where she actually gets nauseous and actually, as they say, she's gonna blow chunks.
Yeah. Well, you have a great part in this, and we were really happy to see you as a police officer,
Yeah, well, thank
and it was great to see you after the play too, and get some selfies. I'm still waiting for those to come up, by the way.
Actually, I was gonna say I auditioned to be a real police officer in St. Paul, but it wasn't an audition. I was testing for it, but they didn't accept me. So that's probably best. That's the irony here.
Wow,
Next-
that's fun. How many years ago was that?
Oh, when I first came up here, I don't want to have to say, you know how it is, Robert. A gentleman never asks and a lady never tells. So
That's right. A few years ago. Yes, yes, definitely. Well, that's too bad because I think about that time I was still drinking and going crazy. Might have been able to bust me.
Yeah. Well, that character here in the play called Donny Boy that we were talking about the backstory for the police officer Patty. Maybe she's picked him up quite a few times.
Exactly. So, how's the response been? Because I know the crowd we were with just loved the play, and
Oh,
it's just
Saturday was almost sold out. Sunday was. They had started adding rows, so that it's been really good. We're hoping it'll pick up again starting tonight through the weekend.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, and so what else can you tell us about it? That's I guess let's talk about the times and the ticket prices and what they can do and where it's at.
Oh yeah, that's well. It's pay what you can. They're suggesting $35 if you can afford that, and you go to Brown Paper Tickets. You can make your reservation 7:30 on Wednesday through Saturday nights, and 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoons. And we play for 2 more weekends. So Sunday, December 17th, will be the last performance at 2 p.m. So get out there and get those tickets because they may not be available.
Yeah, that's what my other daughter Jelaine was saying today. So I think as a family, we're going to try to make that last show for sure.
Great, yeah, that'll be great. I'll look forward to seeing you.
Well, we'll come out and I'll be lurking, and I'll when I start feeling a little better, I'll come out too, and to a couple more shows before that too. We loved it.
That producer of yours along too. That was great to see her and finally meet her. I was going to say in the flesh, but I mean, what do I mean? Flesh, bones, and body, or whatever bones, blood, whatever you want to call it, on Friday
Vessel
night.
and spirit and all. It was great to meet you in person too, Roya.
Yeah, there we go, in person. Okay, all right. Oh, we're getting the alligator dressed right here. See, you can see the
Oh wow!
adding a little. You can see a little bit of the blood. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that's he's got enough time. He's the star here. So.
well, I really liked what I saw when we got to walk on the stage afterwards, and I got to see that close-up picture of Thomas riding a bison.
Yes. Maybe next week I can show you that.
Yeah.
That was-
There's a lot of really great design products that went into the set and everything, and it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of hidden gems.
A lot of
What
good.
they call those eggs, Easter eggs or something like that, Roya?
I can't remember that. No, don't. No, I forget my lines enough as it is. So don't be forgetting here. So
Well, you can ad lib though. We saw that you got it down. Just all those years of experience and wanting to be a police officer, you got it.
well, with those 2 hours you and I do occasionally on my show as well.
Right, exactly. Well, we have to do that with the season coming up. And hey, why don't you tell everyone real quick about your show?
Oh, Friday nights, 6 p.m. This week is going to be an all musical program because I've had to record it ahead of time. So we're going to have some great artists from around Turtle Island, courtesy of Indigenous TV. So check it out and then feed it over here. You can get a ticket because we start at 7:30 evening performances. Mine is 6 to 7 p.m. on KFEI 90.3 FM in Minneapolis and streaming on kfei.org.
Yeah, Roya, you've been doing that for a long time, and you're a mainstay here in the radio genre here of Native Americans here in Minnesota. And I just got to give you that quick shout out there.
Yeah, well, that's high praise coming from that deep baritone basal voice of yours.
Well, that's because I have a cold now. It's sounding really good.
Okay.
So
I believe next Tuesday from the cast of A Christmas in Ochapi, we're going to actually have Jaleesa back on. And this time she'll be bringing with her the costume designer, Amber of Leech Lake, and also James Harvin, who plays Uncle Leroy.
He is Rapanoic and Mexican, and I forget, maybe what African American. So. Yeah, that's going to be great.
Well, and so when you do this, because I was telling people when I watched it, I said, I want to come and watch it again, not because I thought it was going to be better, but because it was such a good play the first day I saw it, Friday. So I know a couple of people said, well, it's going to get better now. Well, it's really good right now. So do you feel like the energy of of performance just plateauing and peaking, there was Thomas.
Yeah, that's okay. Jump in here. Yeah. Oh no, it's the cast is really gelling. I think we're hitting our stride. Everybody's trusting each other. All that type of acting stuff. There you go. Somebody's flying in the background there. I think that's Genevieve, who plays Virginia, Draskovich's wife. What is? Oh, Bo Wheatley. Yeah, there she is. Okay. All right.
Well, I just got to give her props. We just lost Roya.
Oh, no.
You're on mute, Roya. It accidentally muted. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, technical difficulties. Sorry about that.
Well, that's only her second play, and I would never know that. She is awesome and amazing actor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. They all are.
Yeah,
They really are.
that's a good point. So, do you think that's part of casting, or do you think the actors come in and are able to melt into the part?
I don't know. That's above my pay grade. I'm just an actor. If I was more than, if I had aspirations more to that, I'd be directing or casting or whatever, producing, raising money. So that's acting enough for me.
Well, you did a great job, and you're doing a great job. Can't wait to see you again. Haley, one more shout out, the information about the play.
Yes, at Christmas in Ochapi, this is New Native Theater, and you can get your tickets at Brown Paper Bag or newnativetheater.org.
Thank you so much, Roya, for stopping in and giving us an update. You do great. Everyone go see the play. It's on tonight, 7:30, I believe, right?
Weekend, and then on 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Be sure and say hello to your lovely bride and happy birthday.
Oh, definitely. Thanks, Roy. I really appreciate it. I'll let her know. Hey, we're still here. We are the 7th generation.
And free Leonard Peltier. Now.
The Electric Fetus gift card sale is now through December 14th, both in the store and